Hi. Today we're going to play a little game. I discovered a random Pokemon generator online. So we're going to use it to pick a Pokemon. It chose Ferroseed number 597, if you're wondering. And I'm going to make him and show you how to make him. And there'll be a little bit of a giveaway announcement at the end of this video. So if you don't crochet, just skip to the end where I announce how you can win a few of these handmade Pokemon. And if you crochet, join us, won't you? Hi, welcome to another Mumsy video. Today we're going to do something a little different. My kids have sort of grown out of their Pokemon phase, but Mumsy still hasn't. I love Pokemon so much, and I love making and crocheting Pokemon, so we're going to do sort of a fun thing every week where we're going to pick a Pokemon of the week. And I'm either going to follow a pattern that I find online or develop the pattern for that particular Pokemon. So I found this website. It's called the Random Pokemon Generator. All you have to do is type that into Google and it'll come up right away. Random Pokemon Generator. And so I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this week it came up with Ferroseed. Now, I don't know that much about Ferroseed. Apparently, he is number 597. So I had to look him up. I looked him up on the online to find out what he looked like and all this sort of stuff. So we're going to try to make him. So I'm going to go through the ingredients. Well, the supplies you'll need. Ingredients, whatever, to make Ferroseed. First, you'll need, I'm going to use worsted weight yarn, but you can use whatever yarn you have in the right colors. Just make sure that the hook matches what you use for yarn. So we'll need white. We'll need dark gray or black for the detailing, and green because he has green spikes. We'll need a crochet hook to match. I'm using an H8 5mm hook. I usually use a G, but I'm not feeling so great about crocheting it that tightly today, so we're going with H. We'll also need some stuffing to stuff it with, and a tiny amount of felt in yellow, green, because he's green, and just a minimal amount for the little eyeball in black. Okay, we're going to get started with white yarn first. You can either do a magic circle or chain 2 and put 6 SC in the second chain from the hook. We're going to make the egg shape of Ferroseed first, which is white with a little bit of black detailing. So 2, 6. Now I'm not going to join. I'm just going to continue going in the round. So I'm going to put 2 SC in each stitch around for a total of 12. So we're just increasing it every stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Continuing in the round, I'm just going to place a little bit of a stitch marker here. We're going to do 1 SC in that first stitch and 2 in the next. Then 1 again, and 2. And we're going to continue around just like that for 18 stitches. So let me tell you a little bit about Ferroseed. I didn't know that much about him, but apparently he was in black and white Pokemon, and also in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So he's a 5th generation. I think I told you he was number 597. And he evolves into Ferrothorn. There we go. And that one looks pretty crazy to make. So maybe when the random generator picks that one, that'll be a really fun one to do. Yeah, so I don't know that much about him other than he shoots those green spikes out as his attack. So that's kind of neat. We're going to be making some green spikes later. Anyway, I think all these Pokemon are super cute. So I don't mind trying to make one that I'm not that familiar with, because they all turn out super cute. Okay, so we're at the end here. Now, to make an egg shape, we've got to kind of make it a bit longer on the top than along the bottom. So we are going to SC around for the next row. Just straight SC in each stitch for 18 stitches. Next we are going to do an increase row here. So we're going to SC in the first 2 stitches. And then 2 SC in the next stitch. And then repeat that again. 1 SC in each of the next 2 stitches. And then 2 SC in the next stitch. And we're going to repeat that around for 24 stitches. The next row we're going to do is just SC around using our white yarn. So 24 stitches again, no increases, just SC straight. Okay, we're coming up to the end of that row where we're just SCing around, and we're going to get ready for a color change. So I usually leave my stitch like this, and we're going to switch to our dark gray or black. And all I do here is grab that and insert it into here. And we're going to SC around for this row. So there we go. Oops, I knocked the camera a bit there. But as you see, and then you can just tie that loose end to the white one. Okay, you see that I have tied this darker one to the white one here, just so that it stays tight. And we're coming up on the end of this row here, and we want to switch back to white right at the end here. So what I'm going to do is again just leave it like that and pick up my white one, drop the dark one. It doesn't really matter if it runs, if it doesn't quite match up. It's going to be on the back of our Pokemon anyway. We could put a spike over it if we so chose to cover that up a bit, so it won't matter. And we're going to do a row of increase again. So SC in the next 3 stitches, and then 2 SC in the next one to increase. And this will give us a total of 30 stitches around. Next, we are going to SC in each stitch around for 2 more rows. So we're going to increase again. So we're going to SC in 4 stitches. 2, 3, 4, and then increase 2 SC in the next stitch. 1, 2, and we're just going to keep repeating that around for a total of 36 stitches. During that last increase in the last stitch there, we're going to leave it like this, and we're going to pull up our dark color again for another stripe. And all we're going to do is SC around with that one in the dark one again to make another stripe. So SC in each stitch around for a total of 36 stitches. At the end of the dark colored row, we're going to switch back to our white, and we're going to SC around again for a total of 36 stitches. Our little Pokemon is starting to look really egg-shaped, which is good. We're going to do one more increase for this next. So we're going to SC in the next 5 stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then increase. And we're going to repeat that all the way around for a total of 42 stitches. Next, we're going to just SC around again for a total of 42 stitches. Just one SC in each stitch. Next, we are going to start to decrease our little egg here. So we're going to SC in the next 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we are going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. And decrease. Then again, and we're going to continue like that around. At the end of this row of decrease, we're going to switch colors for another stripe again. So I'm going to switch it in the middle of this decrease here to the dark color, and we are going to SC around. For a total of 36 stitches. This is our last row of colored stripe, so we could fasten off here if we like. So what I'm going to do is back up a stitch here. I'm going to switch back to the white first. Then I'm going to cut off this gray, just leaving a little bit, and I'm just going to tie it right here, if you can see, to the white that I'm using right now, and kind of tuck it inside. It'll hold in place. Just double knot it And now we can continue working with our white, and our gray is fastened off. Now we're going to do a row of decrease again. So we are going to SC in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we are going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. So decrease and repeat that around. So next will be another round of decrease. So we'll start with an SC in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease over the next 2 stitches. And repeat. You probably see where we're going with this. We're doing another row of decrease. So we're doing it SC in 2 stitches and then decrease over the next 2 stitches. And repeat. At this point our little eggie is starting to form and we've got a little bit of a hole there, so I am going to start to stuff. I usually just make a big loop so that I don't need my hook in there, and then just start stuffing. We want them to be pretty stiff. We're going to be attaching spikes to him, so the next part we're going to do is another decrease. So this time it's only 1 stitch in between decreases. So 1 and then decrease. And we're going to try to get it as tightly closed as possible. Okay, and for our last round here, we are just going to decrease around for 6 stitches. So every stitch will be a decrease stitch. Not to worry if you have a hole here at the end after doing your 6 stitches. What we're going to do is fasten off, leaving a little bit of a tail. And we are going to attach our yarn needle here. And I just kind of weave in and out through these last stitches. And pull, and it closes very nicely. Then I just throw a few stitches in here just so that that yarn doesn't loosen up. A little bit in the end, and then I just hide my ends inside here. Cut the rest off to use as a yarn stitch marker if you like. And there we have our initial part of our Ferroseed, the little egg. To make the spikes on our Ferroseed, we are going to use green yarn and the same H hook. I recommend doing this part kind of loosely because it is a little bit difficult to make the little points. So what we're going to do is attach the green onto our hook chain 2, and we're going to do only 3 SC in that chain. 1, 2, 3. Now here's the trick. We're going to reach around to that first one, and we're going to put 2 SC into there for the next row. 2 SC in the first stitch. Sometimes the tail gets in the way, but don't worry about that. 1, 2, and then 1 SC in the next 2, for a total of 4 for that second row. So 1 in there and 1 in here. So you'll have 4 in this row. So then you can kind of shape it to make that point a little bit better now. So for the next row, we are going to increase again in that first stitch. So 2 in the first stitch. 1, 2. And don't worry if there's a hole because you've made a big stitch by reaching around. See, I have a little bit of a hole there. Don't worry about that. The next stitch we're going to do 1 SC into. The next stitch we're going to do 2 for an increase. 1, 2, and then 1 again. And that'll make a total of 6 for that row. Then we're just going to SC around 6 for the final row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we want to fasten off, leaving a little bit so that we can sew the spikes onto our Ferroseed next. So we need to make, I've counted it out, and I made 11 of these spikes that will go onto our Ferroseed. So 11 of them. Okay, we have sewn or made 11 of these spikes, and I've sewn them on. There's one sort of in the middle of a forehead on the front part, so the opposite to the ones here. Then I've put 2 and kind of done like a shape around. Then on the back, I am just covering that line that we didn't quite match up with a spike. So I'll show you with this last one that I've made that I'm just going to sew it over top of that marker. That way it looks a little more pro. Looks like we actually matched up our lines. But we didn't have to do half the work that it takes to make those match up quite so nicely. So it works out quite well. I'm just gonna sew that on there. Sew it on quite well. I did not stuff any of these thorns. I guess they're called thorns. They shoot them. I guess they're iron thorns that he shoots as an attack. That's pretty cool. Sounds a little painful too. Anyway, there we go. And then I'm just gonna hide my end inside here. I've got my hot glue warming up there, and I've cut the shape of the eye out of felt. So out of green felt, we've got kind of an arrow head type shape, 5-sided shape there. Then we've got a semicircle shape, a moon shape in yellow. And we've got just a black slit for the pupil there. And we do that twice, of course, and then we can either glue or sew them down as the face. Got that face glued on just below that middle line there. We've got a little bit more detailing to do. So I've strung up a long piece of the dark gray or black, if you'd like. Put a big knot on the end. I'm just going to pop it through the bottom. And what happens here is we're just going to sew a few like flecks of color around. He has like freckles, this little guy. So we're just gonna kind of go along with a picture if you have one, and kind of put in just a few. See, can you see a few? One on the side here. It looks like there's one under his eye. I mean, I'm sure it's different in every case design, but we can kind of put a few flecks of freckles in there. See? Oh, that looks like a little mouth now. That's super cute. I think I'm going to leave it like that. How do you like our little Ferroseed? Isn't he adorable? Or she, I don't know. Anyway, Pokemon number 597 as picked by the Pokemon random generator. That's really cool, I think. Anyway, it kind of makes for a fun little game. I really like to make Pokemon, but I can never decide which ones to make. I kind of look at the patterns on Ravelry and I want to do some of those, but I also want to challenge myself by making a few of the new ones that don't have patterns, like little Ferroseed here. So, I thought that every week we would use that generator and come up with a new Pokemon. So it'll come out on Thursday. And I'll either link to the pattern I used or do the pattern myself and tape it for you guys. So it's March 1st today. And I thought we would have a little giveaway kind of contest thing with these Pokemon, because I have made a ton of Pokemon. I have given them to my friends. I've given them out for birthdays. My kids have a few, but really, I can't sell them because they're trademarked characters. So I thought I would give away these random Pokemon that I make at the end of the month. So there'll be about 4 each month because I'll put them out on Thursdays as Pokemon of the week. So for March, this is number 1, and I think I will close the contest on Sunday the 28th. So that'll give me a few days to find a winner, and I'll announce it on the Pokemon of the Week first, starting in April. So if you want to enter, all you have to do is you have to be publicly subscribed. It'll tell you if your subscriptions are listed or unlisted. So if you're under 18, please ask your parents if you're allowed to do that, because I will have to get your address from you if you win. And it's open to everyone in the world. So if you're watching from who knows where, I'm in Winnipeg, Canada, wherever you like, I'll send it to. And so be publicly subscribed and comment below or on one of the other Pokemon posts in March with who's your favorite Pokemon, or what pattern do you want me to try next, and we'll see if the generator picks it up. Yeah. I think that is it. So comment below, be publicly subscribed, ask permission if you're under 18, and I will announce the winner on the first one in April. So you'll end up with 4. Who knows which ones? I guess you'll find out. And only one entry per person. So if you comment on all of them, you're only still gonna get 1. And I think that's it. So bye bye for now.